everybody, welcome back to During Class with Mr. Holdren. This is the thing we do during class when we got time left in class, and today we are producing the play, and we have some time left, so we're going to talk today. Today we're here with two of RBT's finest. I have Jenny and John here with me. How you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing good.
Doing good.
Good. What did you guys do today for the play?
Me and Jenny both had our own cameras, and we're just kind of behind the scenes, taking some backstage videos and whatnot.
We went backstage and saw a lot of because we always get what's going on during the play, but no one really sees what happens backstage. So we got all the people with the mics, and then all the costume people and all the people with the props to kind of show what that's like.
Neat. Did you guys shoot a lot?
I decent amount. I had a lot of footage on my stuff.
So we just finished up our season here. Our I think it's a little hot. Our MMA state season. And how do you think y'all did this year? Think it went well?
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. For all of RBTV really. I think everyone did a good job, and just in the recent Bulldog Weeklies, just being able to watch over some of the projects that we submitted. I think everyone was pretty darn good. So
I think looking back on our past years, personally, my own media that I've created has just improved so much. And I know last year to MMA I only submitted one thing, I think, and this year I submitted 7, and then Natus was even more stuff that we got to do. So I just am really impressed with just everything we did this year. I think we just did so much better than previous years.
Why'd you only submit one last year?
Well, it was really because Mr. Prokes was really kind of strict, because I did a music video and a short film, and then we were only allowed to have 2 short films in the entered. So he did this thing where it was seniority, and then whoever would, if there was any more spots, he would just put everyone's name in a hat and kind of pick out of it, and I kind of got just screwed over.
You just didn't get that one,
yeah.
Unfortunately. How did they turn out last year? Were there some good final products?
Yeah, I know Michaela was really successful. She had a lot of good stuff. I did not have the greatest because I just wasn't really. I didn't really find my thing because this year I found out that I really like doing sports. So I did really good with sports, but last year it was just not
You did an amazing job this year with sports. But before we get to your sports stuff, let's actually look at one of your projects here up on the TV, and we're going to do a little bit of a director study here. Talk to me a little bit about this movie that you have here for us. Give me the 411.
So this year I really wanted to I was for sure that I wanted to do a short film, even though I loved the film stuff. I told my friend, I was I want to do the short film, and I was kind of debating different ideas, but I was I remember I was actually I was on TikTok one day, and it was the story about this girl. She wanted some money, and
well, here we're gonna hit play. Talk us through a little bit here. What's going on here?
Basically, in this beginning sequence, she's Avery, the protagonist, is talking to her friend, and they're looking at prom dresses. But she points out the fact that it's $500 and the prom ticket is $80 and everything's so expensive. But her friend really wants her to go because it's her senior prom. And I know that's how a lot of people are. It's so expensive. Especially prom dresses are so much.
Here, pause it here real quick. Why did you decide to do a horror film? What was the big reason for that? Well,
I've always been a horror person. It's just always been my kind of go-to genre. I don't think I've ever done anything other than a sort of horror thriller, because I think it's just the easiest to kind of display more feeling through it. So I just always kind of stuck with that.
Horror's hard to do.
Yeah.
I think as we'll see through this. There's a nice little jump scare in here too. So let's hit it and watch some more of it and talk to us through it a little bit.
Yeah, so she's basically just telling her friend, oh, that's such a waste of money, and it's just her loss. But then she's walking her dog, and she sees this flyer that's for a house sitter, and she's like, okay, this looks interesting. It says, the flyer says, one night only, it's super easy. And she's like, well, she wants to go see what that is. So
what camera did you use to shoot this? Because it looks great, particularly that scene looks quite good.
I always use my go-to a Sony A7S III because that is my favorite camera that we have, and I love the settings on that. Like I know that camera super well, and paired along with it, I use the Tamron 35 to 150 millimeter as always.
Yeah, it's a nice lens, that's for sure. All right, let's check out some more of this. Looks great.
So she's in her car and she's talking to the same friend on the phone about how she just got this job, and her friend's like, "Oh, like, did you talk to this person? Like, did you like meet this person?" And she's like, "Well, no, but like she told me that the only things I need to do like were on a list, and she didn't have to do much in the house or anything. Like, she just made it seem like it was super easy." And her friend was like, "Okay, just like be safe." So she gets to this house. It's a very gorgeous house, and she's just like almost mesmerized by there's a loft, it's just huge, and she I don't know, she just is super impressed. And then she notices a table with a few pieces of paper on it, and one of them is a check, and the check is for $550, and she's just kind of like, wow, that's a lot of money.
So I remember we had to make like two versions of this, for one for Natus and one for MMEA. What was the big switch between the two forms of this?
Well, I really wanted like a more drawn out storyline. So I decided, well, I couldn't fit everything that I wanted into 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'll make a 5-minute version, but then for Natus, since I had 10 minutes to work with, I made an extended version because I wanted more of a different storyline added to it because I thought that would be really cool. So that's what I did. But this is only the 5-minute version.
What changes did you make? Was it like, because we talked about the ending and how big of a difference it was, and you actually made a star role appearance in the ending of this one, right?
It completely twisted the story. Like it's kind of like I was inspired by the director Jordan Peele. He does that where you watch the entire thing and then it just completely gets flipped, so you kind of rethink of what you just watched and how it just fully changed. And so I really wanted to do something like that. So should I explain the ending?
Give us the ending here. I think it's going to pop up here soon.
Well, the ending of this is basically she forgets to read the list that the lady had left for her until her friend texts her about it, and she reads this list, and it's very obscure rules. As you can see, she's putting a banana in the microwave, she's like having to run around and clean up stuff, she's hearing someone knocking at the door, but one of the rules says to never open the door, and it's the police at the door. And there's just she's super frantic, she's running out of time because she had to get it done before a certain time, and eventually she gets everything done, and she goes upstairs for the night because that was one of the rules, was if the basement door was open, she had to go sleep in the upstairs guest room. So she gets in there, and all of a sudden the power goes out, and she's like, great, of course the power goes out. So then she is like trying to get back out.
Here comes your starring role here.
Yeah. She turns around, she hears the closet door open, and then all of a sudden it's just a wonderful sight.
And doing a
it's a lot better with the
crawl.
Audio on because
Crab
it's
crawl.
definitely more scary. But yeah, that's the ending of the 5-minute version.
No, it's really good. I think you did a great job on it. I think like we talked about grammatically, film speaking, it looks great. It's like very sound the way it came out, and I think it's going to do well. I do. I wish they had like a horror genre
Yeah.
in MMEA, because there's so much different kind of filmmaking techniques that you do with each different one. But we'll see what we compete versus with that, what you get up to. So I think it was really good. And obviously the sports stuff you've been doing has been really good as well. John's with us today. John, talk to me a little bit about like what your role has been here and so far in school, and where you plan on heading as a young buck here in RBTV.
So far, I mean, just coming in as a freshman, you start off with the TV arts class where I we had a few projects, but I would always try to do more. New teacher in the building, try to get on his good side as a freshman coming in.
You've done that. I think you've done that.
But, I'm with the media stuff. I really like the sports media. So going further into my high school years, I'm going to try to do more of that, a lot of sports media, and I have like a little account on Instagram, so we're going to try to build that up.
Well, you made a commercial here for a staff member, a basketball coach, recently. It was
Yeah.
pretty funny because, you expected to have a couple of young kids in here, and when they opened the door, there was about 30 people that ran in here. So talk to me about what that was and what you learned from that one.
So one of my good coaches, kind of one of my trainers, Jason Gann with Every Single Day Basketball, he asked me to make him a little video. So he was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to bring in a few young kids from our Junior Bulldogs feeder program for the school. And so I expected maybe 10 or something, set up all the lights and everything. And here comes 40, kids from ages kindergarten to 5th grade, or not 5th grade, sorry, 8th grade. So, it was crazy, but we got it done. It was a really good video. It was really fun to make. And, it was pretty cool to see your work having an impact on kids and, making them happy just because of, content that you can do.
Absolutely.
I think that's a great feeling.
Yeah, and like literally like 50 kids came through that door. I was like, oh my God, and I had to leave too. And I was like, hey, I gotta go. See ya. Have a good time.
Yeah.
But I just saw the final product today, part of it at least, and it looks really good. I'm sure he'll be happy with it. So we are off this weekend to state for our IHSA video that we submitted, and we're finalists for it. So kind of wrapping this up, what are your hopes for this weekend, Jenny, with this video, or are you just happy just to be here?
Deep down, I really, really, really want to win. But I know prior to finding out we were selected as a finalist, I was just like, I was telling everyone, I was like, I don't even care if we win. Like, I just want to make it as a finalist, like getting to go down state. I mean, we get a state send off. We get to, we get shirts. We get to just go down to ISU. And I think just, overall, that's, a really, that's just a really huge experience, especially because RBTV's never done this before. So no matter what the outcome is, I think it's going to be a super awesome experience for all of us, and especially the freshmen going with, getting to experience this on their first year. This is huge, and hopefully this will be a big inspiration for everyone.
Yeah, I've never
come.
done it before. I never competed in this. I didn't even know it existed until this fall when Dr. Freitas brought us down. I was like, hey, we want to make this. And I'm like, I saw the other competition. I'm like, oh, we can do this. And then I think we've. John, what do you think? What's your plans for this weekend? What are you hoping that happens?
I'm really just rooting for Jenny this weekend. The sleep sacrifices and everything she's made.
Yeah.
Making this video. But I think God has a plan for us. So I mean, whatever we see on the stage, I mean, it's just to get to this place in the first place.
No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun down there with you guys. No place I'd rather be on a Saturday than at ISU with my students.
The girls 2A, I think, basketball championship.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So.
There was a basketball game that day too. Yeah, I think we'll watch that game. It'll be a good game. But I hope we win. We'll find out here shortly. So but thanks for joining me on During Class with Mr. Holdren. This is John and Jenny, two of our finest here at RBTV. And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time I have time during class. Peace. Yay. How do I stop this? Yeah. Good stuff.
Great.